Welcome back to Adobe Illustrator CC 2021. This is Classroom in a Book, Chapter 11, Part 3, Gradients, Blends, and Patterns. So when we left off, we had just finished making our clouds, and now we're going to go ahead and create kind of a funky paint job on our truck here. So let's grab our selection tool and make sure we don't have anything selected. Let's go ahead and grab the purple shape that's kind of the truck, and let's grab that gradient tool over in our toolbar. And let's go ahead and choose our freeform gradient, which you're going to see is the third one. It's got kind of a squiggle on it. And we're going to see that now we've got some different types of points coming up. So make sure you've got points selected. So now we can go ahead and change some of those elements. So let's go ahead and double click on this first color stop right above the window on kind of the driver's side. And let's go ahead and apply that red, freeform red swatch. So it's going to go ahead and be this kind of dark red down here. So that's going to apply that gradient just down to that point. So we can drag that, and you can see as we drag, let's move the swatches, escape, let's hide those swatches. As we drag it, it's going to change where that color is going to come in. So let's go ahead and drag it kind of over here to this Frank's area. Now we're going to go ahead and play with some of the other color stops as well. So let's go to this one at the top upper left corner. It's kind of a blue for me. And let's go ahead and hit delete and take away that color stop. And let's see if we've got any others we want to look at. So let's go ahead and close that color guide for me. We've got kind of a white one down here. And I don't love that one. Let's go ahead and double click it. And let's go ahead and delete it as well. Let's go escape, grab the sky, and hit delete. All right, so we've taken care of that one. So now let's go ahead and should have one towards the front, which we do. Let's double click that one, and let's change it to our freeform red as well. So you see we've got quite a few different kinds of reds going on. And let's go ahead and escape and hide that one. Now we need to add a few others. So let's go ahead and click kind of down here by the star. We're going to go ahead and add a spot. And let's go ahead and make it that orange red. So you can see how we're playing with it. And maybe we want to spread it out. We want to change it a little bit. So let's go ahead and escape and hide those colors. And you can see we can double click. Oh, we're going to try and double click until we get the dotted circle to appear. And we want to drag that widget away. There we go. And you can see how it's changing the size of that gradient. So we kind of spread it farther. I'm happy with that one. So now let's go ahead and play with a few more ideas. So we're going to go ahead and play with the lines mode. So we're going to click near the middle part of the truck to add a new color stop. So it's going to go ahead and click here toward the top. And we want to double click. And let's go ahead and change it to an orange color swatch. So that one's orange red. This is peach. Let's go ahead and just pick any orange you like. And in the gradient panel, let's go ahead and change it to lines instead of points. So we can draw a gradient along a path. So let's go ahead and click that orange color stop. And now we're going to go ahead and create a path. So let's go ahead with move our pointer to the right. We're going to see a path preview. Oh, didn't switch to lines. There we go. We should be able to get a path preview. There we go. Now we get the path preview. So let's go ahead and click again. It's going to be that same orange color. And let's go ahead and make one final one a little bit over to the right, which is also orange. And now we want to go ahead and make it on a curved path. So let's go ahead and hit escape so it stops drawing that line. And now let's drag that middle color down to reshape that path. So go ahead and grab that. Kind of turns more into a circle a little bit. And you can see you can move all of those color stops kind of around, change the way that that's going to look. Just kind of fun. Oh, undo that one. Now I closed my path instead of moving it. Undo. Go ahead and move that over here a little bit. So it's kind of a fun way to play with those. Let's go ahead and close our gradient panel. And let's go ahead and do a select and a deselect and a Control S to save. And now we have played with the paint job on the truck. So now we're going to go ahead and play with some blended objects to create kind of some stars over here. So let's go over on our artboard. If we can see, we've got a couple of different stars here. I'm going to grab my selection tool and grab that small star. And I'm going to zoom in just a few times so we can kind of see those better. So now let's go ahead and grab the blend tool. So I don't want to have anything selected, so let's go ahead and deselect that one. The blend tool is about 2/3 down. It starts with a square and ends with a circle. And we want to go ahead and choose what we want to blend. So we're going to go ahead and blend these two stars together. So I want to make sure that I've got the white square. So it's going to blend the right parts. So I want to grab the fill here. And I'm telling it where to start. Nothing's going to happen. And I want to move it. I want to click on this other star as well. So we're telling it where we're going to blend to. Now with it still selected, let's go to Object and come down to Blend and go over to Blend Options. It's about 2/3 of the way down. And we want to go ahead and change it to, let's move this swing, see what's going on. And make sure Preview's turned on. We want Specified Steps. Now let's go ahead and change that Specified Steps to 10. I'm going to hit Tab so you can kind of see now where we've got the different elements of the star. We're happy to see it, so let's say OK. And now we want to modify that blend a little bit, so let's go ahead and grab our selection tool. It's going to grab our stars. We want to double click anywhere to go into isolation mode. And that's going to temporarily ungroup them. So we want to be able to change the spine. So let's do View and Outline. So now you can see how those two are connected. So let's click the edge of the large star to select it. And we want to rotate it just slightly. Kind of change the position just a little bit. And let's do a select and a deselect. And now we're going to go ahead and change to make this straight line into more of a curve. So let's grab our pen tool on the toolbar and click kind of the middle of that path. And we want to hit Option or Alt to move that path. So let's move that up a little bit. Oh, undo. All right, moves it too much for me. So I want to be able to hit Select and Deselect again. So I don't want anything chosen. All right, now I want this path. All right, so I want to grab that pen. I want to grab the middle. I want to hit, undo. As I'm clicking, I want to hit Alt. There we go. So now you can see you can change how you're going to bend that line. I'm going to let go of my mouse, then let go of my Alt. And now let's do a View and change it back to GPU Preview. So now you can see we've kind of changed the way we've got. Let's go ahead and escape to get out of isolation mode. And a select and a deselect to turn that one off. And now we're going to change a few other things. We're going to play with the smooth color on the blending of these two. So let's go ahead and grab our selection tool. We're going to grab this small shape, and then we're going to go ahead and shift click onto the large shape, which we're really making sesame seeds here. So we want to blend those two. So now we want to do Object, Blend, and Make. So it's going to go ahead and move those two. With it still selected, let's go ahead and double click on that blend tool. And let's go ahead and make sure smooth color is chosen and say OK, which we do have. Now select and deselect. And next we're going to go ahead and edit those paths that make up the blend. So we're going to select the selection tool, and we're going to go ahead and double click within that blend to isolate it. Now we want to go ahead and click on the smaller of the paths, and we want to move it into the middle. So we're going to kind of make a pit of that sesame seed, and that's exactly what we want, which is perfect. And let's go ahead and notice the colors are now blended. So let's do a Control S and save, and we'll pick this one back up in the next one.